So it's the next round of the Diamond Jubilee, and we have a local derby between Maidenhead Rowing Club A crew and Marlow Rowing Club B crew. So these are all athletes that live within a few miles of each other, and you know, just around the corner from Henley too. You know, these derbies are really fierce, and I think both of these crews have had great technique that they've shown previous to today, and a bit of a match-up, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Second local derby for Marlow B. They actually raced Shiplake yesterday, the local school.
Incredible talent in this area.
We saw the Marlow A crew come down just about 45 minutes or so ago with a commanding win in their race, and the B crew doing their best to hang on to this Maidenhead combination on the Berkshire station.
We've got such a strong programme that's been growing year on year, and Pete Chambers and Flora, all the coaches at Marlow doing an incredible job. I mean, they fielded 4 junior quads for this regatta, and you know, they have experience of racing obviously against the A crew, but Maidenhead have, you know, stamped on this and said, no, we are our A crew, and you know, they've taken a lead now quite demandingly.
Yeah, absolutely. Maidenhead, their Forley quad went out this morning in a very tight race at the hands of Claire's Court. So I'm sure that'll be a little bit of motivation in the back of the minds of these ladies. And they could be the dark horse in this event. They didn't race at Henley Women's. We didn't see them. So it left us, you know, just curious a little bit, maybe a little bit fresher than some of the other crews that they're going to come up against. But they're one of the only crews, if not the only crew this season, to have beaten Wycliffe on the water, and that was at the Met Regatta.
They've had a sense of getting faster and faster, and that's an interesting strategy, isn't it, not to race at Henley Women's. There's that sense that you want more race practice, you want to test things out, you want to build your training program, but yet also it's a wise coach that goes, hang on, we could learn more, we could pick up more speed by perhaps going back to our club water and working on a few points, so we're really fresh again at Henley. It's a tough call, isn't it? Yeah,
exactly. And another crew in this event, Tideway Scullers, did the same thing. I think they had a couple of niggles, and it was also very, very warm on the weekend of Henley Women's, and 5 races over 2 days. They maybe thought, let's take a little bit of a rest, not risk anything, and just work on what we know. And Maidenhead, of course, they'll know these waters very well, so the extra racing experience maybe not quite as valuable to some of the other crews in this event.
So we get that overhead shot there, and you can see the purposeful style of the Maidenhead crew. There's just a definition about when they enter the water, and now we can see close up on the Marlow crew, battling. My goodness, we can see how hard they are. Georgie Wells at bow, Lowry Cordell at 2, Francesca Wilson at 3, Libby Frampton at stroke. You know, age 17 and 18. Actually, they've all raced at Henley Royal before, so they've got good experience, but they're under pressure, and you can feel that a little bit, aren't they? They're working so hard, trying to drive the legs, trying to lever back, but they can't see the lead team now, and that's not a great feeling, is it? Whereas in this Maidenhead crew, okay, they got a chance to relax, tighten up the technique, make sure they don't make any mistakes at this point.
It's very consistent across the program. You see they row very, very similarly, a very clearly defined technical model between their B and their A crew in this event. And I suppose that it just helps out to be able to swap people between crews if you need to, and really foster that competitiveness between everyone for that spot in the top boat.
I think that's the strength when you've got a program, you've got more than one crew, you're building something, aren't you, that's bigger than any one single athlete. You're building that squad, others want to come and be part of that. You've got a clear pattern about what you're aiming for. But right now we have a beautiful shot of the Maidenhead crew of Ava Losel-Daly, Riley Murphy, Ione Parcel-Aregi and Neve Campbell, who have done a splendid job, really dominant from the start, and my goodness, now they're relaxing. The synchronicity is beautiful, and I really like how they're getting onto the work very quickly. They drop the oars in, and there's an immediate build-up of the pressure and the puddles.
Yeah, very quick boat, the quad, so you really need to get on that early. If you're not really on the power and connected early in the stroke, you've missed it, because it's moving so quick for just 4 of you.
And that's the thing, is you get fatigued as well, to make sure you're still really dropping the oars out before you push the legs, that precision timing. And these shots that we get from the camera behind are fantastic for really getting a sense of how quick the cover of the blade is there. And you can see the wonderful synchronicity there on the bow side blades of the Maidenhead Rowing Club A crew, coached by Stephen Hughes, who was in the national team and had to leave due to a spine injury, so recovering from surgery. We're wishing him well with that, but meantime, my goodness, really doing an incredible job with Maidenhead, supported by Fred Smallbone, Victor Kleshnev, Izzy Sellers, and you know, the whole Maidenhead Rowing Club. I know it's probably out on the banks there behind them, willing them on all the way. A very majestic row. Well done, Maidenhead Rowing Club A win that heat of the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup, as we see Marlow Rowing Club B fight out right to the line.